In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on December 10, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Purdue versus Nebraska. The 4th-ranked Purdue Boilermakers head to Nebraska to take on the Cornhuskers in Big Ten basketball action on Saturday. Purdue has started the season 9-0 overall and 1-0 in the Big Ten, and already has signature wins over West Virginia, Gonzaga, and Duke. Meanwhile, Nebraska comes in at 6-4 and 0-1 in the Big Ten Conference. The Boilermakers are 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 Saturday games and 6-13-3 against the spread in their last 22 games overall. The Cornhuskers are 11-5 against the spread in their last 16 home games and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 Saturday games. The under is 15-7 in Boilermakers' last 22 overall. The under is 8-2-1 in Cornhuskers' last 11 overall. The home team is 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings. The Huskers have had a decent season so far, and they come into this game at 6-4, but Nebraska's offense has struggled significantly in step-up games, and Purdue is one of the best defensive teams in the country. Nebraska failed to score more than 65 points in any of their 4 losses, and the Boilermakers will be the best defense this team has faced this season. Purdue held Duke to just 56 points and Gonzaga to 66 points. The Boilermakers' defense has been as good as any in the country, and Nebraska is an inconsistent offensive team that has struggled to score in step-up games. The Purdue Boilermakers are comfortably the better team here, and they win in the favorite role by an average of 16 points. The Nebraska Cornhuskers haven't had a ton of success when playing better competition, and they lose in the underdog role by an average of 10 points. I need to see the Cornhuskers rise up in a spot like this. Until then, give me Purdue and the chalk. So the Purdue Boilermakers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Purdue has been a top defensive team all year, and Nebraska has struggled to score in all 4 of their step-up games that the Huskers lost. The Boilermakers have only played 1 true road game, but Purdue was strong in that matchup, beating Florida State by double digits. The Boilermakers have also played several neutral court games, winning all of those matchups as well. The Huskers aren't playing as fast this year since they're recruiting bigger and longer players for the new zone defense they are playing. Nebraska will likely struggle to score in this game. Purdue has also not been as strong offensively as they've been on defense, and the Boilermakers should be content to play the slower tempo the Huskers like to play as well. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Alabama versus Houston. The marquee matchup of the season thus far will take place this Saturday in Houston. The 8th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide will take on the number 1-ranked Houston Cougars, in front of what should easily be a sold-out crowd. Alabama comes into this matchup at 7-1, with their only blemish being an 82-67 loss to then number 20 UConn in the Phil Knight Legacy Tournament. They rebounded the following night by beating then number 1 North Carolina 103-101 in a 4-overtime thriller. Houston, meanwhile, has yet to lose a game this season and is 6-0 at home. Alabama is 9-22-2 against the spread in their last 33 games and 3-8-1 against the spread in their last 12 Saturday games. The over is 4-1 in Alabama's last 5 games, and the over is 7-3 in their last 10 Saturday games. Houston is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 Saturday games and 36-15 against the spread in their last 51 home games. The under is 15-5-1 in Houston's last 21 games, and the under is 20-7 in their last 27 Saturday games. This should be an excellent game between 2 top 10 teams. Alabama has only lost to Connecticut this season, while Houston has a perfect record and is ranked number 1 in the country. Houston plays great defense and is only allowing 47 points per game. Alabama has a very fast-paced offense, averaging 83.5 points per game. The Houston Cougars should be favored in this spot, as they're playing great ball at both ends, and they're winning at home by an average of 34.5 points. However, However, you're not going to get the Alabama Crimson Tide and the underdog roll often this season, so this is probably a spot to take advantage. Alabama is still a top 25 scoring team and is top 10 in field goal percentage allowed. Houston has struggled against some lesser opponents this season, so the Alabama Crimson Tide to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. In a matchup between two teams known for their defenses and that are in the top 20 or so by most metrics, points might well come at a premium. Yet, this is a fairly middle-of-the-road number, and it really forces us to decide whether we expect an offensive game or a defensive one. Alabama is one of the faster teams in the country, and they force the pace. With accelerated pace comes increased possessions, and the more possessions we have, the more likely we are to have points. Because Houston is perfectly capable of playing at pace themselves, I think they will play faster than normal in this game. I expect Alabama to make plenty of threes, and I also expect Alabama to cough the ball up and give Houston some easy baskets. I have no trouble seeing this game getting into the 70s, and I think the game stays close. Both teams will do their part. If the game is close in the end, then it also means we have the chance of the 1-1 game putting us over the total while the clock isn't moving. I think we have several paths to get there. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Diego State versus St. Mary's. The 23rd-ranked San Diego State Aztecs and the St. Mary's Gales will battle in the Jerry Colangelo Classic on Saturday afternoon inside of the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona. The Aztecs are 7-2 and are on a 3-game winning streak after a 60-55 home win over the Troy Trojans on Monday. The Gales are 7-3 and are coming off a 66-46 home win against the Missouri State Bears on Wednesday. These are two talented programs, so this should be an interesting matchup. San Diego State is 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games overall and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games against a team with a winning record, while the over is 8-2 in their last 10 games following an against the spread loss. St. Mary's is 13-6-2 against the spread in their last 21 games against a team with a winning record and 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games after allowing 50 points or less in the previous game, while the under is 6-2 in their last 8 games overall. When diving into Ken Palm's adjusted efficiency margin, there's a slight difference as the Gales are 23rd in the sport with a plus 19.3 rating, while the Aztecs are 28th with a plus 18.2 rating up to this point of the season. These teams have been playing very differently in their last 3 games before this neutral site matchup, as San Diego State has a 0.78 assist to turnover ratio, while St. Mary's is posting a 0.97 assist to turnover ratio in those games. This game is going to come down to St. Mary's defense against the San Diego State offense. St. Mary's defense is giving up 56 points per game, and they are going to find success against the Aztecs offense here. I'm not sold on this San Diego State team, and St. Mary's will get the job done. So the St. Mary's Gales to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Looking at the defensive output in the previous 3 games before this matchup, both teams have been doing extremely well, as San Diego State is giving up 60 points per game while St. Mary's is allowing 58 points per game in that sample. Both teams have been slowing it down in that same 3-game stretch, as well as the Aztecs are averaging 71.7 possessions per game while the Gales are averaging just 66.2 possessions per game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.